Here we are outside Hermosillo, probably an hour drive out here in the mountains. One of the better places for desert bighorn sheep in all of North America. When Mexico opened up and the sheep population really boomed, it really gave everybody an opportunity to get a desert bighorn sheep. So we're out here with JB4 Outfitter. Got the mountain behind us. Now it's just where are the sheep and how can we find them, but we're going to get them.
I'm Jack Barksdale. We run JB4 Outfitters. We do hunts all over Mexico for desert bighorns, mule deer, coos deer, aoudad, and some turkeys. So the Sonoran bighorn sheep, it's probably the best and most successful wildlife recovery project that's ever been done in North America. You went from having 6 states in the U.S. where you could hunt them, to now having 4 different areas in Mexico where you have them. Multiple successful reintroduction programs from Chihuahua all the way down to Baja, and millions and millions of dollars have been raised to conserve these sheep in the last 10 or 15 years.
For this hunt, we actually flew into Tucson, Arizona, and elected to drive across here instead of trying to fly into a closer town in Mexico. And you need to understand that Mexico is one of the many countries that it has a lot of tight gun control. So no problem coming down here with your gun. You just have to have a rifle permit. It's got to be approved by the government in advance. So the beautiful thing about having Jack Barksdale do it for you is I sent the information to him, got all the American forms, he got the rifle permit, got it back to me. They ride with you when you cross the border, walk you through customs. It was flawless. There was no problem whatsoever getting through. You know, Mexico and Sonora is a lot like South Texas, if any of y'all have been out there. A lot of things with thorns on them, a lot of sliding rocks. So the terrain's pretty tough to get around in, but once you can make it up on top of a mountain, you know, the secret for us is stay on top. Try not to go down and back up. So we were cresting back and forth, glassing, trying to see what we could find as far as the sheep.
I tell a lot of people this is the easiest sheep hunt they're ever gonna do, but it's not an easy hunt. It's still, I mean, some days you'll go up 2,000 feet in elevation and you'll be at the top of a mountain in the sun all day long. It's not as tough as a doll or stone sheep, but it is a hunt, and it's a tough hunt. It's something you need to be in shape for, and it's something you need to prepare for before you get here. Generally, we'll go up and we'll get to a vantage point and we'll glass the basins and the bowls around the entire mountain range that we are, and we'll spread out and try and find the ram that we're looking for. Make sure it's a good sheep and work out a plan from there. For our sheep hunts, it's a 10-day hunt. It generally takes 2 to 3 days to fill a tag. We know what sheep you're hunting. We know where they are, we know their habits, and we've been pre-scouting these sheep for at least a month, if not 2 to 6 months before you get there. They're all inclusive from the time you arrive in Hermosillo or Tucson to the time you leave. Everything from your gun paperwork to trophy export, in-field care, meals, lodging. All of our lodging is the best that you're going to find anywhere in Sonora.
The biggest predator for these desert bighorn sheep is the mountain lion. So I try to eliminate them as much as I can because they take a big toll on the population. So what we've got here is a trap where they put a baby goat so he'll make a lot of noise. In this case, they used a rooster. They got a rooster right here, so the mountain lion comes up, tries to get to the rooster. Then finally he'll think maybe this is a tunnel to get in, and he goes in here and this collapses and catches him on it. The other thing, if you want medical care for chickens or roosters and you want to know if the heart is good, you put them in here, and if they survive, they're still alive and haven't had a heart attack, with a mountain lion right next to them, you know you got good-hearted chicken. As we came up this draw, climbed the first mountain, now we're on the second mountain, Jack looked up here, caught a glimpse of a ram at the very, very top, going over the top. Angelo, our other guy, said there's a bowl on the backside. That might be where the rams are hanging out. This time of year, the rams tend to hang together, the females hang together. So the fact that we saw a ram, at least we know we're on the right path. So we'll probably figure out a way to work around and glass it and see if that's where they are. Where that rock face is skylined. Okay, we came around the side of the bend. We're past the second mountain now. We caught a desert bighorn looking at us. Looks like from here maybe a 150, 160 class. Really, we think there's a bigger one up here, so we're just looking at him, trying to get a good read on him right now, but probably going to hold off. He's at 380 yards. Be a chip shot for the rifles we shoot here. The bigger one of those four is the one that's in the green tree. And any other three
I haven't seen the one. I haven't seen that one's orange yet.
It's early. We're going to make sure we get the right one.
Of the two big sheep on the ranch, there's one that's flares off like it's open his horn on one side, and on the other side it's like rubbed off. It's thick all the way, but it's only to the bottom. It doesn't go all the way up across. But we haven't seen that one. It might be on the other side.
Yeah.
We'll check. We'll walk around like this and we'll go check the other side.
Okay.
See if we see him.
What did those go over the top?
Yeah, they went around the top.
This past year, there were probably 80 to 100 bighorn sheep taken in the state of Sonora. Probably 20 to 30 around the rest of Mexico. That's at least 50 more than what we're taking 10 years ago. And it's really because of the state of Sonora and their wildlife management program, and the fact that they've really been able to successfully bring these sheep back. They work with the farmers, the ranchers. They create huge conservation areas that are solely dedicated to wildlife.
He just wants to be on TV.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
It's not gonna matter because she's gonna Photoshop me in there.
Can you do that, you sure?
If not, don't do it.
Okay, here's the plan. A little afternoon, all the sheep are laid down right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna split up, take four, we're on top of the mountain so we can see everything. We're gonna take 4 vantage points. Jordan and I'll take this mountain, and Jack and Angelo are gonna take this mountain right here, give it an iron, see if they start moving. All right, guys, that sound like a plan?
Yes, sir.
Break.
That's the west.
Finally, we saw a group of 4 that was probably an hour before dark, and then set up for the shop. They got over the mountain. We were lucky because they came back in. The shot was not easy at all. The shot was 530 yards. We knew once they went off of that ridge, it was over with. Again, the advantage of having confidence in your equipment. I was shooting the Best of the West 28 Nosler, Husky-Mall 5x30 scope. We have a leveling in that scope, the bubble level, which gives you all the chances for a precise shot. Well, it just so happened my sheep was standing behind some brush. And at first I said, I don't have the shot. And then finally I thought, boy, this is the only chance we're gonna get. So the brush came up and made a fork. So I said, from my angle, I'm going to try to shoot right above the limb on the right, which should give me a shot into the kill zone.
Fire, reload. It's in the open.
Reload.
On the left. When it came time to make the shot, he chose the mature animal out of the group. Both horns were broomed off, and had both of its tips broken, and he took the animal that was on its way out, which is, you know, a really respectable choice.
Boy, he's got good bases. Broomed off, made his full curl. And we get to take a break now. Well, guys, thanks a lot. Jack, appreciate you. Angela, quite the deal.
Congratulations.
That was a chase.
Shot.
That was a chase.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Here we are with my desert bighorn sheep here in Mexico. Really the last great frontier for desert bighorn sheep. I was fortunate enough to hook up with Jack. His parents are good friends of mine. Jack Barcedel has got some wonderful properties out here. He was quartering away, so as you have to do with a quartering away shot, you shoot a little far back because the exit's right through the lung. So it turned out to be a great shot. Ran about 50 yards, piled up dead here. So I'm a quarter way through my Grand Slam now, because I've got most of the things in Africa and everything in North America except this. But I just have to really be proud of my 28 nozzler and Best of the West, the Husqvarna 5x30, because with that wind drift technology, you can read it and you can make these long shots.